it's Charity, and today I want to talk to you all about 5 tips I have for working from home. Now I know during this period a lot of us are transitioning from our normal workplace to working from home, and personally I do both. So I go to work but I also work from home as well. So I am finding that there's a struggle to have this overall balance and trying to stay productive while you're at home. But I do have 5 tips or rules that I try to follow, which hopefully will help you out as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So my first tip for you all is to try to keep the normal schedule that you had before you started working from home. Now this for me has been one of the hardest things to follow, because now that I'm just at home, it's really easy to have a really slow morning and to not wake up on time when you're not really feeling like it. So a lot of the times I am trying to push myself to have that normal routine or schedule, and by doing that I'm stopping myself from procrastinating till the end of the day. A lot of the times when that happens, really by the end of the day I lose motivation to work at all and I just push it on to the next day. So I really find just trying to keep your regular schedule will really help you to stay in routine when you're working from home. Which brings me to my second tip of trying to have a morning routine. Now many of you probably already have this already, but personally I find that having a morning routine really helps me to get started for the day, whether it's making that cup of coffee, getting your breakfast ready, or even having a short workout to start your day. I find that having this type of routine really helps me to again get started for my day, and once that routine is over, I know that it's time to start working. My third tip for y'all is to change out of your sleeping attire. Now this may sound kind of ridiculous because now that we work from home, we really should have the freedom to wear whatever we want, but it's been proven that by just changing out of your sleepwear or loungewear and putting on a fresh set of clothes will help your brain to acknowledge that, hey, it's time to start working and it's time to start being productive. It doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and change to like a suit and tie, obviously, but just really changing into an outfit that could still be comfortable but really gets you into that work productive mode could really be a big difference. I actually find this tip really helpful if you're trying to work out from home as well. Although you can work out in your pajamas, trust me, you're probably gonna be a lot more motivated if you're actually wearing gym attire. Even back then when I was physically going to the gym, there were a lot of days where I felt lazy and unmotivated, and just by changing out of my sleepwear to my gym attire was a little bit of a push to help me to go to the gym. And at that point I was just like, you know what, I'm in gym clothes, might as well just go. Next and fourth tip for y'all is to not work from your bed. Now this is a rule that sometimes I have a hard time following because it's so tempting to just wake up, grab your laptop and start working. And there were a lot of times when I've done this that I've just really fallen asleep on my bed and got like 10% of my work done. So this doesn't mean that you really need a designated office space to work in. Just find maybe another chair in your room, maybe the couch in the living room, something that you don't associate sleep with so that your brain doesn't try to shut off and make you unproductive. And my last tip for y'all, which may be the hardest one, is to try to put your phone away. Now this might be impossible for some of you who actually need your phone to work, but for those of you who don't, our phones can be a really big distraction while we're trying to be productive. So just try to keep it as far from you as possible, and if you're finding that your phone is blowing up from notifications, just switch it off to airplane mode until you're done working. Honestly, there's a lot of times where I'm just looking at the time on my phone, and then once I do that, I just, just open it, and then I check my mail, and then I check Facebook, and then Instagram, and then it just goes from a downward spiral from there. I also find that working from my laptop, it's easy to get distracted as well. So what I like to do if I'm like taking a break on my laptop, if I'm using a browser page for work, I'll go ahead and open a new browser page and have them separated so they're not on like the same page. And that kind of separation helps me to realize that, okay, when I'm done taking that break, I just have to exit that whole page and go back to the browser I'm using for work. I don't know if that really makes sense, but overall just having that separation of work and play will hopefully help you find that balance and help you to not procrastinate for majority of the day. Of course, there's gonna be days where we probably just watch Netflix all day or just stare at the ceiling for hours, but personally I find that having some rules or guidelines to follow when you're working from home will help you to stay productive majority of the time. So anyways, hope you found this video a little bit helpful. If you liked it, don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button for more, and I hope to see you in the next one.